without having some kind of stomach upset or without just feeling absolutely run into the dirt. And most of you, I bet, would say no. You know, every year this big bad flu bug comes around, or a cold, or, you know, the weather change, or the time change, and all this fun stuff going on. And how about this be the year where you're thankful and not sick? And you know what? That starts right here and now, guys. I'm going to give you a few tricks and pointers that you probably already know most of. And you're probably like, why are you in that bright yellow jacket? Because it's ice cold down here. Might not be ice cold by your standards, but by our standards, it is pretty darn cold. So the first myth I'm going to give you, I'm going to bust a myth that the cold can give you a cold. Not true. You don't catch a cold from being out in the cold. We're getting cold and damp. However, that is partially a truth and partially not a truth, because when you get damp and cold and chilled, especially for an extended period of time, it takes a lot of your body's resources to warm you back up, and it does lower your immune system. So it does put you at risk, but it doesn't give you the cold, if that makes sense. Just getting chilled doesn't give you a cold. It'll make your body susceptible to more germs, more pathogens, and the possibility of, you know, coming down with something you normally wouldn't have because your immune system would have been in a stronger state. Tip number 2, and with tomorrow being Thanksgiving, guys, I don't know how much more to tell you. Don't eat a huge, disgustingly large meal, okay? Don't do this. It'll get you, it'll come and it'll bite you, especially high sugar, high alcohol, fatty cooked to death foods. Then I realize you're thinking, well, that's probably about Thanksgiving dinner, right? Well, you know what you can do? You can have a little bite of the turkey. Entirely. God, the sun is bright. It's one thing about this time of year, but hey, I'm glad to see the sun. It's been cloudy and rainy for the past few weeks. You know, alcohol is going to knock your immune system down, similar like we've talked about before. And if you watched any of my stuff, you know, I give an example of a Starbucks small drink with 3 pumps of whatever flavor drops your immune system sometimes for up to 5 hours. Well, alcohol will do the same thing. So it's colder out, so your immune system's fighting that a little bit as far as, you know, it's got your body kicks into a little different response. You're maybe drinking more coffee, and now you're drinking alcohol on top of it because you're going to office parties and it's holiday time, and it's just a roundabout circle, and then you wonder why the big bad flu bug comes and gets you. And let me tell you, these flu bugs are bigger and badder than ever, of all sorts and sizes. You don't want what's floating around out there, okay? Even if it's just the regular flu, is still going to kick the daylights out of your body. Why do you want to feel like that? What I'd encourage you to do is be thankful for the time with your family. Be thankful for some time off. Don't make, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the holidays, don't make them this stressor where you got to stress out and you got to perform for the family and, you know, love on the in-laws and, you know, roll out the red carpet for everybody. How about enjoying some time with your in-laws and your family and your friends and actually enjoying it instead of stressing about it? You know, let's face it, if you're going, well, I got to go there because I'm obligated. Two ways you can do that, okay? Now, you know, not everybody's going to enjoy everywhere they're supposedly obligated to go over the holidays. You can go and go, you know what, I'm going to have a good time no matter what, and I'm going to just kind of tune out what I don't want to deal with, and I don't have to eat or drink what they do if it's not what's supporting you. Or you don't go. Just simply say, you know what, I've got other plans, or I don't want to do it. Or, you know, oh, we always have to have Thanksgiving dinner at our house. You know, it's the way everybody expects it. Really? Tell everybody, sorry, this is a year we're not doing it at our house. Somebody else do it or something else. And I'm not saying that that's even the case. You might be excited. You might be hosting it at your house. You love your in-laws. You love your friends and family that are coming over. And you already know how to enjoy it without it being stressful. But for the others out there, which is probably the majority, you're stressing out about who's coming, where you're going, you're eating wrong, you're drinking way too much, and and the stress level is going to take down your immune system too, to the point where, if somebody sneezes down the next block, you're going to catch it. So my thing is, let's look more towards the gratitude and thankfulness. And I'm not talking about go home and sit in a circle and go, oh, this is Thanksgiving together. Maybe that's your thing, maybe it's not, but that's not what I'm talking about. No matter what you're doing this Thanksgiving or any of the holidays coming up, learn to enjoy it. Learn not to let it put stress on you. And if there's something that's going to stress you, say no. It is okay. There's a funny analogy. It's no November. It's okay to say no to some things that don't serve you, you don't enjoy, and there's absolutely no reason to subject yourself to it. And, learn to say no. And it's okay to say yes, too. If something's great and it's amazing and, hey, yes, this is great. I'm loving getting together with everybody. This is great. I'm going to say yes to not overeating this year. I'm going to say yes to, I really don't feel like drinking on Thanksgiving. I don't want to drink. We got to drive home anyway or whatever. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to the second helping. It's okay to say no to that fatty, sugary dessert. Or it's okay to say yes to a tiny little bit of the meal and a tiny bite of the dessert. Okay? It's all right in moderation. But you see where I'm going with this, guys. If you want to, I say no to getting sick this holiday season and say yes to feeling great and grateful. Why not? Why not do it right this time? And you know what? When January 1st comes around, you're not going to feel like you missed half of your December. In a lot of places, December is a great time of year. In Florida, finally, we have some sunlight instead of clouds and rain. But this can be a very beautiful time of year here. And in other parts of the country, it can be very beautiful too. You've got snow and snow sports and everything else to do. But if you laid up in bed sick, feeling miserable, and trying to get through the day, you're not going to enjoy this. This is supposed to be a season of joy and thankfulness and gratitude and good times with family. But good times does not mean getting yourself sick. Good times does not mean being drunk every other night and having hangovers and everything else. Good times means really appreciating the life you have. After the past couple of years, it's time to enjoy, the powers that be in this world tried to take your Christmas, your holidays, whatever you celebrate away from you the past few years. Don't let it happen. Celebrate your holidays, but celebrate wisely. Prove to the people that claim if you get together with family that to each other, or if you gather it's a hazard. Prove to them that if you take care of your body, you can gather with your family and friends and loved ones and not get everybody sick. I say let's enjoy the heck out of December. Everybody's like, I can't wait till 2022. 2022 is going to be different. And let me tell you something. 2022 is only going to be different if you go into it differently. And if you go into 2022 after having an amazing December, you know what? 2021 was challenging, but we had a really good December and we had really amazing holidays. How different is that going to set the stage for 2022? Just some food for thought, guys, and some healthy food for thought at that point. Right, I'm going to sign off because I'm getting into some traffic. Live with faith, energy, passion, and always live your dreams. It's Coach Lou.